No one remembers exactly when it began, but the city seemed to grow darker and darker every day. It was the beginning of summer, when the day should have been getting brighter. Instead, the sun seemed to fade, and the sky turned a peculiar shade of gray. Very early one morning, Dash McTrash was out delivering his papers with his two friends, Duster and Tidy Turtle. Tidy turned his shell upside down, making a handy wagon, and Duster went along for the ride and read the morning news out loud. It was a special day for Dash, the first day of summer vacation, and the last day of his paper route until September. As they rolled along in the mysterious shadows of the city, Duster read the recent sports results.
And the game between the Big Town Hitters and the Midville Sluggards will be canceled due to the unusual weather.
Gosh, now the weather's so bad they can't even play baseball. I wonder what's wrong. I've never seen a summer like this.
All the birds have flown away, and the daisies in the flower shop look sad and tired. Yikes! Listen to this! Mrs. Jones reported that she saw a strange creature hiding behind her garbage cans last night. She said it looked like a monster, although it was too dark to be sure.
Maybe it's a monster from outer space. Maybe a whole bunch of monsters are hiding around the city.
Boy, I'd like to see one. You know what I'd do if I ever caught one? I'd punch him right in the nose.
Well, that's my last paper. Hooray! Summer vacation. What should we do first?
I know. Let's celebrate. We'll go to the park and get a hot dog, and then to the museum and the zoo for a pizza and ice cream, and then we'll go home for lunch.
Good idea. To the park, Tidy.
Boy, I sure wish I could find one of those monsters.
The boys headed over to the park, where they saw some friends from school, Jimmy, Scooney, and Elizabeth.
Hi, Dash. Hi, Jimmy. Did you hear the news this morning?
Leave it to Dash to know the news.
No, what's happening? A lady said she saw a monster in Midville last night.
A big one with 3 heads.
No, she didn't say what it looked like, but it's hiding somewhere in town. Maybe it's here in the park. Let's go look. He can't be here. The sign says no swimming, polluted water. He can't be here. No trees to hide behind.
He can't be here. No grass to hide in, just some old trash.
Hey, look over there. I wonder what all those people are doing. Let's go see.
The friends ran over and saw that something strange was going on. Smoke was pouring out of a sewer, a muddy smoke of many colors, green, yellow, and purple. The smoke swirled and twisted, rising upward, until suddenly it began to take shape. The people stepped back in fright when they saw what was happening.
A monster? That's a fine way to greet somebody who just moved into town.
Moved in? You?
Oh, no, not just me. Me and my buddies. Hey, fellas, come on up. Let us tell you who we are. We're Bogs. Let us tell you how we live like Bogs.
We think we're going to stay in this polluted paradise.
We'll tell our friends about it because we think it's very nice.
It's obvious that you love it too. 'Cause it's a greasy, grimy, choky, sloppy, slimy, stinky, smoky, nasty, noisy, fumy, gloomy town. Look at the air, flicking gray. It's pollution. I just love it that way. Look at the water, slimy and brown. It's pollution. What a wonderful town. It's obvious that you love it too. 'Cause it's a greasy, grimy, grubby, choky, sloppy, slimy, stinky, smoky, nasty, noisy, fumy, gloomy town.
Look at the streets, litter all around. It's pollution. What a heaven I have found.
Hey, listen to the traffic blasting in your ear. It's pollution. I'm so glad that we are here.
It's obvious that you love it too. 'Cause it's a greasy, grimy, grubby, choky, sloppy, slimy, stinky, smoky, nasty, noisy, fumy, gloomy town.
The summer days went by one, until And things got worse. The Bogs were everywhere, crowding the park and crowding the sidewalks. They wrote on the walls and dumped garbage in the streets. They were noisy, rude, and bothersome. And each day, more Bogs arrived. Dash and his friends had to stop going to the park. They stayed inside most of the time and watched their summer vacation slip sadly away. One day, Dash and Tidy went on an errand to buy some milk. The sky was dark and smoky, and the Bogs were draped lazily on sidewalks and garbage cans. Tidy, being a pet, was not allowed inside the store, so he waited timidly outside for Dash to come back. The Bogs slouching nearby began to laugh, and then started moving toward Tidy. The biggest one, an air Bog, hovered over Tidy and blew smoke in his face.
Hey, Turtle, how about a smoke, eh? What's the matter? Are you afraid?
You don't like our style much, do you, Turtle? You think you're better than we are. Afraid of getting a little dirty? Well, here, try some of this.
Can't you say anything? Can't you make any noise? Speak up. Come on now, speak up.
The storekeeper, Mr. Burney, heard the commotion and ran out to help Tidy.
Here, get away. Leave him alone. Go on, get out of here. I'm sorry, Tidy. I just don't understand what's happening to this city.
Tidy and Dash walked slowly home. Dash wiped the dirt and the tears from Tidy's face.
I've had all I can take. Something has got to be done.
That night at the dinner table, Dash discussed the problem with his mother and father.
I can't stand it here anymore. This is the worst summer I've ever had. Why don't we move?
We can't move, Dash. I have my business and you have your school.
We have our family here, dear. And what about your friends? You wouldn't want to leave them. I know, but I don't like Midville anymore. It used to be nice, but now it's awful. Can't we do anything?
Well, I wish we could, but I don't know why. I've never seen such a problem.
We all hate those creatures, but they're so much bigger than we are. There just has to be some way to make them go away. Well, it's late now. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Come kiss us goodnight.
Now, don't worry, Dash. We'll figure out a solution. Somebody will do something.
Dash went into his room and sat on his bed.
Dad's right. Somebody has to do something.
I know, but what?
I don't know.
I know. I have the perfect solution. We'll never have to see a Bog again.
Yeah, what?
We'll run away.
Oh, Duster, that won't really help. Besides, Mom and Dad would miss us. Although, maybe we could run away just a little bit. I mean, maybe we could go look for someone to help us.
That's a good idea.
We wouldn't be gone long. We'll find somebody big and strong who won't be afraid. Duster, what are you doing?
I'm packing. Sunglasses, my tennis racket, yo-yo, and a coloring book.
You won't be needing those things.
Okay, I'll just pack my sunglasses.
I'll leave a note for Mom and Dad so they won't worry. Dear Mom and Dad, we'll be back soon. Love from your son, Dash.
So the three friends turned out the light, slipped quietly out into the street, and went down to Lullaby River. Dash and Duster climbed aboard Tidy, and they floated out into the misty night. They watched the gloomy city fade silently into the sky as they paddled up the stream. The soft sound of the river and the gentle rocking of Tidy's shell brought comfort to the three adventurers, who by this time had drifted off to sleep.
So, boys and girls, that was the first film strip in Dash McTrash, and it was called Dash McTrash and the Bogs. And we'll kind of go backwards here a little bit. But the problem that Dash, our character, is having is that the town that he lives in, Midville, they have a giant problem. And the problem is the Bogs have showed up. These other characters, and they are not very nice, and they love pollution. That means they like things to be dirty and loud, and they're also pretty rude. And so they're an example of some of the Bogs, the characters that have come to the town because it is so dirty. That's a noise bog, so he likes lots of loud traffic and music and all kinds of noise. And that was a litter bog, so they love to write on walls and throw trash on the ground instead of the trash can, and that's called littering, when you're throwing just trash anywhere and you don't put it in a trash can. And there are other kinds of bogs too, like the water bogs. They love it when the water is all nasty and dirty. Think about that water. Would you want to go swimming in there? And then there's an air bog, so they like a lot of smoke and kind of all the stuff that comes out of the cars, the exhaust, so they like it when the air is dirty and smelly. And so they're an example of some of the bogs that have come to live in Midville. There's even a baby bog. And so as the town has gotten dirty, the Bogs have decided to move in. So that was our very first one. And look at the park. Would you like to play there? So our character Dash is there in Tidy Shell, and there's his friend Duster, and you can see the first bog that has showed up. Those are our characters, and this was our very, very first one, so we'll get it back to the very beginning. But it was Dash, McTrash, and the Bogs. And so now Dash and Tidy and Duster are going to try to go and find somebody to help them in the next film strip to get rid of these bogs. So we will see if they can get somebody to help them out.